Hey, it's me. Better late than never. How is everybody today? We are going to get started because it is 3 o'clock. I'm usually doing some other things by this time of the day, but I am Delisa Robinson, your hostess with the mostest, the real estate diva. Today, we are going to talk about wholesaling real estate tax foreclosures. So basically, we're going to talk about how to wholesale a tax foreclosure. This is Trinity Alliance Group. This is being presented by Trinity Alliance Group of Buffalo, Inc., where I am the owner and CEO. Been out here in these real estate streets for 22 years. Tax 716 Trinity Alliance Group, acronym Tax 716, is a full-service real estate investment company. We do real estate sales, both on the market, which is retail, off market, which is to wholesale it, social media marketing advocate. Yes, we are. Many of you have gotten the call from our social media outlets and you are here and we're happy to have you here. We also do a little business consulting. Now, when I say a little, I mean a lot, but let's be clear. It is what it is. New business formation is where we specialize. We help people and direct people. We have people in our network who can help you nationwide that can get your business started in the legal way, and also so that you may receive credit for it in the future. We also can review your business plans and give you strategies and outlooks and help you with some marketing schemes that will easily get you on the right path to being a cash flowing business. Real estate investments, we do allow people to invest their money with us, as well as we invest our money with other people in these real estate streets so that we all can profit and become profitable together. We have a real estate lending division where we can get you, we do the originations of the paperwork for traditional lending, hard money and private money. Portfolio building and management, if you've been with me, you understand that management is not property management. It is portfolio management, which means, what did Kenny Rogers say? Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Probably one of the first country songs I ever learned was The Gambler. Portfolio building is where we teach you how to build a cash flowing real estate business. Our new year starts June 5th of every year because that is my birthday and that's when my new year starts. If you know me and you love me on a personal level, you understand that's my new year, and you'll see a lot of people, if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see a lot of people say Happy New Year instead of Happy Birthday. This is where we get into, and this year 2020 into 2021. So from June 5th, 2020 up until June 4th, 2021, the goal for us is to find 1,000 real estate investors and help them build $1 million real estate portfolio. The details will be out June 1st, so we can get this rolling. So in the meantime and in between time, I need you all to say, hey girl, hey, so I can see my delay. How long is my delay? Say, hey girl, hey. And then we will get started out here in these real estate streets. Today's topic is going to be very, very interesting. You guys are gonna like this. Hey, Sean. Look at you. Hey, Susan's back. Yay. So excited. And guess what? Today is our last lunch and learn for the 2020, because what's going to happen next week? The weather is going to get better. Everybody's going to be out and about. You're not going to want to sit on your phones or sit in front of your laptops, your tablets, and listen to me teach you about real estate. And this is the season where real estate really picks up. And I got a lot of good deals. And what we're getting ready to talk about today is what I do all summer. So with that being said, hope you grabbed your pens, hope you grabbed your papers, because we are going to get started talking about these tax foreclosures. Now, tax foreclosures can be used for 3 different things. And I'm going to show you all 3 in the next 42 minutes and 7 seconds. So on today's agenda, we're going to talk about a tax lien state versus a tax deed state, how to structure your deal, how to do a quick flip, and how to buy and hold. A quick flip. All 5 of these topics will be structured and geared toward tax foreclosures. All right? All right. Now, what is a tax lien? A tax lien is, a lien is placed on the property when the taxes go unpaid. Who places the lien? The municipality where the lien is. It's either the county, the city, the town, and sometimes even the state. But we'll get into that a little later. The state is rare. We're talking about property, so it's usually with the municipality. So that's when you don't pay your taxes for X amount of years. In Buffalo, it's 3. If you don't pay your taxes for 3 years, they will place you into foreclosure. And then you have to do what you have to do to get it out, or it goes to the auction block and somebody buys it. That's just how that happens. Now I'm going to teach you how to maneuver around this a little bit. It might work. It works really well for me in the summer. And I'm going to tell you why. Because June 1st of every year, City of Buffalo, where I am, located in Buffalo, New York, our city produces their tax default list. The foreclosure list comes out June 1st, and it's public. Now this year we got that Rona out here in these streets, so we might not get that. We might even have an auction. People might be able to keep their houses another year. That's going to be a big detriment to the city, and I'll explain that a little later as well. But here we go. Let's get into this. A lien is placed when an owner does not pay their taxes. Now you, at a tax lien state, somebody can just go down there and pay the taxes, and then they can wait for a certain period of time. And I think it's 1 year. And if the owner doesn't pay you back with interest, you then own the house. Now, the typical interest rate is about 16 to 18%, which is crazy. So we're going to talk about that. But that's what a tax lien state does. A tax lien state allows you to pay the lien. Then you have to wait the waiting period before the owner has to pay you back. If they don't pay you back, you own the property. Now that's a tax lien state. Here we go with tax deeds. Now a tax deed state, which New York State is a tax deed state, and I believe the state of Georgia is a tax lien state. If you Georgians want to be out there, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Georgia is a tax lien state where you could just pay the lien and wait and pick up a property. A lot of my friends do it, so I'm thinking I'm right on the tax lien state. A tax deed state works similar. The owner doesn't pay the taxes, they go into default, a foreclosure is placed, then there's an auction. The only thing, now a tax deed state, you can't pay the taxes and do the waiting and lay claim and get a certificate to the deed. You can't do that on a tax deed state. You have to wait until they auction the property, be at auction, and then get the property from the auction. And then they issue you a deed. Once you pay off whatever it is you bought the house for, once you pay that off, then you get the deed. So New York State, we don't play them shenanigans that y'all doing down south. I like the way they do it down south though, because I'll go pick up a few properties at a tax lien auction. But anyway, now how do you structure a tax foreclosure deal? Easy. I just mentioned to you guys, I said June 1st, the tax foreclosure list comes out in the city of Buffalo. I download that list every year. And I download it as soon as they send it out because it changes at least twice a month. Every 2 weeks, they update the list and the properties fall off because people will go and they'll pay their taxes. So what I do is, and what they do is they don't pay their taxes. What they do is they pay. This is the most popular question, and I wish I would have brought I would have had a tax one of the foreclosure girls that works in the city hall in Buffalo. I would have had her on with me today, but these lunch and learns are national, and I don't want to just single it down to just what we do in Buffalo. But anyway, what I do is I print that list. You need to call your city hall, your tax assessor's office, and find out when is your next tax auction. And is there a public list? How do you obtain the list? And I'm going to tell you what you do with that list when you get it. I go through and highlight. Well, I do it on my laptop or my tablet. So I color code. I color code every property that I think I might be interested in. And then I go down to City Hall and see how much they owe in taxes. because I can't pull that information offline. You guys might be able to pull it offline, but I can't pull it offline. I then find out how much they owe in taxes total, not just to get it out of default. I find out two things. My two questions are how much to get it out of default, how much do they owe total? You're going to understand this when I tell you why I need those two questions later. What do I need to do to get it out of default? And what is the total owing? Then I go online to our county and see how much they owe in county taxes. I call the water company and I find out how much the water bill is. I call the user fee department and I find out how much the user fee is. And in Buffalo, we have this little thing called a rental registration. I will call that department and find out how much that is. The reason why I need to know all of this is because that's all the reasons why this property is in foreclosure. In the city of Buffalo, you can go to foreclosure for county taxes, city taxes, and your user fee. The water bill cannot foreclose your property, but it must be paid or it follows the new owner. Now that's everybody. There is no, like the electric company will cut your lights off and then the next person who moves in starts fresh. That's not how it works with water. Water is a municipality component. That means that it follows the property. Okay? Everybody understand that. Your water bill follows the property. So if you don't pay it, the next person owes it. That's how that works. So you have your water bill, your county taxes, city taxes, town taxes, school taxes, whatever, user fees, sewer, trash, and the city and the county taxes. So you need to check and find out all of that. You also need to see if there are any liens or judgments against the owner that are attached to the property. This is called due diligence. You're going to get a total of all debts owed on this property. Some cases there might be a mortgage. Some cases there may not be a mortgage. Maybe they pay the mortgage off and all they have to do is pay the taxes every year and they don't pay it. You also want to, once your person has agreed to sell you the property, you're going to get title on this property. So I shouldn't have put this, so that's my mistake. I put order title. That's not where you order the title. After the offer is accepted, you order the title. So I'll correct that in the future for future presentations, but for right now, keep that in mind. You're going to get the total debts owed and you're going to make a solid offer. What's your offer? Simple. What's your assignment fee? Mine is $5,000. So if my assignment fee is $5,000 and they owe a total of $26,000 or $25,000, that means I need to sell this property for more than $30,000 to get a profit. Y'all hear what I said? All right. So now, here's how you're going to structure this. Once you get all of the debts that are owed and you make an offer and you ask Miss Susie, because this is Miss Susie again, Miss Susie down the street is in default with her taxes. Hey, Miss Susie, I understand you owe $25,000 on the house in taxes, water bills, user fees, and county taxes. She goes, yeah, you know, things have been a little rough lately since Harry died. That's her husband, y'all. Y'all know I get people who I want them to get. Harry died. So now that Harry has died and Miss Susie is by herself, she fell behind on her taxes. Now the house is getting ready to go into foreclosure. Miss Susie, do you want to stay here or do you want to go? Well, I've been thinking about selling the house anyway, so I'm going to just let them take it. Here's what happens. And this is something you guys might want to look into in your area. I know how it works here in Buffalo. In your area, there's a thing called surplus funds. Okay. Now, Miss Susie lets this house go to the auction. She owes $25,000. If they sell it for $30,000, Miss Susie is entitled to the $5,000. What happens is a lot of people don't know that. That's called surplus funds. They don't know that. So what happens is they never claim it. After a certain period of time, if you don't claim the surplus funds, it goes to the city, the town, or the county where you owe the taxes. That's where surplus funds go. So that's how a lot of cities and states and counties and towns have been balancing their books by doing the tax auctions. Because if Miss Susie lives down the street, and I'm using my neighborhood as an example, so if Miss Susie's my neighbor, I know her house is worth about $180,000 to $200,000. She only owes $24,000 in taxes, no mortgage, paid it off. Now, if I can structure this deal, here's how I'm going to structure it. Miss Susie owes $24,000. What I'm going to ask the tax assessor's office, how much to get it out of foreclosure? And when does that have to be paid by? Y'all see what I did? So what you do is, Miss Susie agrees to sell you the property. She wants $10,000 for her pocket. So she's at $35,000. Oh, just give me $10,000 and I can move down south with my daughter. Okay, great, Miss Susie. So I take the $10,000, I give it to Miss Susie. My lawyer orders a title search. We get it back, it's clear title. Okay, great. Clear title. Miss Susie got $10,000 and she signs what we call a quit deed. A quit deed states that she no longer wants to be responsible for this house. I have clear title, so I know there are no other debts except for these taxes. I have my attorney process the quit deed paperwork. I now own this house. I am now the owner. What did I tell you the house was worth? About $150,000 to $200,000, right? So now I may or may not, I pay Miss Susie the $10,000. Miss Susie signs a quit deed. I pay for the attorney search and survey. So now I have an updated search and an updated survey for the next buyer. Now there are 3 ways this process is going to go from here. Up until this point, all 3 ways are the same. Here's where they branch off. If I wholesale this property, knowing it's worth $150,000, I just got it for what, $35,000. I sell it to the next person for $50,000. I'm going to make all of my money back. So my 10 grand is coming back to me, 15 is coming back to me, 25,000 is coming back to me. 25,000 went to the city and the state, or the city and the county and the water bill to pay off all the bills. That's how you wholesale a tax foreclosure. Now, sometimes you may not have to take ownership of this property. I suggest you do. Not everybody's going to suggest you do either. You're like, well, why? A quit deed, you could say she sold it to you you sold it to her for $1. You could put any amount you want on a quit deed. How much did you sell it for? $1. That's why if you look on your city tax assessor's office, when you see people who have paid, you see what people have paid for these houses. Oh, it sold for $1. That's because that's what they put on there. Houses don't sell for $1 anymore. If they do, show me one. Who did you get to sell you a house for $1? Okay, so route number 1 is now you can wholesale it. You cannot take ownership, and you can leave the quit deed part out and just skip to find a buyer. Now, Miss Susie's already told you she wants $10,000. So if you have $10,000 to give Miss Susie, give it to her. Or what do, boys and girls, ladies and germs? You make your end buyer do a $10,000 deposit that's non-refundable if they back out of this deal, and you pay off Miss Susie and she transfers you the house. You get what I'm saying now? Anybody not understand this process? This is how you wholesale tax foreclosure. Okay, that's the wholesale part. Now, you're going to do this whole process again, and you're going to flip it. A quick flip, which we call lipstick and mascara in our office. When I say lipstick and mascara, usually on a video or a training session or in live video. People know what I mean. That's called a cosmetic flip, lipstick and mascara. I'm going to clean up the mold. I might paint the walls. I might replace the floors. I'm going to clean up outside a little bit. I'm going to do light updates. You might update the floor. You deep clean the house. You put new doors up, or you paint the doors that are there. Then you sell it. So Miss Susie gave you this house for $10,000. Why do I need to know how much to keep it out of foreclosure? Say it only takes $1,500 to keep it out of foreclosure. I'm going to go and pay the $1,500 and then make monthly payments on the rest of the taxes, or I'm going to sell it. It buys me time. I've already given Miss Susie her 10 grand because the end buyer gave me a deposit, or I had 10 grand on hand and she only wanted that for her pocket. So here you go, Miss Susie, for your pocket. And she's gone. She gave me the house. So now I have a choice. I can wholesale it, which we already discussed, or I can do a light fix up, lipstick and mascara, and now I can put it back on the market and sell it. And I could probably sell it $150,000 house. I can probably get 100 grand for it. I would list it at $99,900 because that's the real estate agent in me. I list it at $99,900. Guess what I'm going to get for it? In this hot market where there's not a whole lot of houses that are available right now. And I have a decent house with some minor updates. So say I spend about $5,000 in materials and labor to get these minor updates done. I'm now looking at, I'm in 15,000. I said 5,000, right? 5 or 10,000, it doesn't matter. 15,000, I'm in at 5. Plus, I'm sorry, 16,500. I'm in 16,500, right? 16,500, and I own this house that I just updated a little bit. Now I'm going to sell it for $99,000. So that puts me at 83,500. At 100,000, it puts me at 83,500 that I just made a profit on. You see why I like tax foreclosures? I didn't have to pay off all the taxes. I just needed to pay it off enough to keep it off that foreclosure list so it doesn't go to auction. That's the trick. People don't get it. So then when I sell the house, because this is a quick flip, when I sell the house, I pay off, the taxes get paid off with the proceeds. So out of my 99,000, they're going to take 25 to pay off the taxes, or what? Yeah, 25 to pay off the taxes. I'm going to profit about 50 grand because I paid 25,000 to pay off the taxes, 10,000 to Miss Susie, and then another 5,000 to fix it, put into it, and another 1,500 to pay to keep it off the foreclosure list. And I'm going to make about 50 grand. So what is that? 25, 10 is 35, 5 to fix it up. That's what, 40. I'm at 41,500. Sell it for 100. I get what, 58,500. 58,500. That's not a bad deal. I got all my money back because that 10 grand from Miss Susie is coming back to me. I'm getting all of that back. Because out of that 100 grand, the only part I don't get to keep is the 25,000 that I have to pay to the city. So I technically will profit $75,000. But the other part is me getting my money back. So I get my money back plus a profit of about 58. Well, you got to pay the attorney and all the search and survey fees. So say about $5,000. So about all instead, I'm getting about $52,000, $53,000. And I put peanuts out. So that's how you quick flip the tax foreclosure. Are we good? We good? We good? Everybody still with me here? Any questions about this? I know I'm blowing your mind. I know I'm blowing your mind. But people don't understand. This is where you really make money on these type of flips, these type of wholesale deals. This is where you can really make the money. But I'm going to show you how you can build a real estate portfolio doing the same thing. That's why we're looking at buy and hold right now. This is the third avenue. You're going to do everything you did before. Only this time you're going to prepare the property to be rented. Once it's prepared and updated, you gave Miss Susie her $10,000. You paid $1,500 to keep it off of the tax foreclosure list. So you're in at $11,500, correct? Right. You have a nice 4-bedroom, 2-bath home for $11,500. I know you still owe $23,500 in taxes. So what you're going to do then is this. You're going to prepare this property for rent. Can't be too bad if Miss Susie was still living in it. You just need to update it a little bit because she's older and she didn't, some stuff she didn't do. Then you're going to market it for rent. Once you rent it out, you're going to refinance it for the 100% equity that's in the property. Pay off your taxes. Now, you can take that equity money and do this again, which is why we say rinse and repeat. You can do this again and again and again and again and again. And this is what we do. Every year, well, this Rona had us a little discombobulated, but every year, refinance a property that you have 100% equity in so you can start this process again for the next tax season. Y'all hear me? Now, did I just give you? You will have to put some, this is going to require you to have some cash out of pocket. Yes. Unless you wholesale it and then you get your end buyer to pay the money that you would have to pay out of pocket, which would be the money to Miss Susie and how much it costs to keep it off the foreclosure list. Y'all hear me? Everybody good? Y'all quiet today. I know it's a little later than what we normally come in at, but this is how you build a real estate portfolio. Because now, I'm sorry, I went too fast. Because now you have your whole house. You have a house. It can be rented. It can be rented. You haven't paid off all of the taxes. You gave Miss Susie $10,000 and you paid $1,500 to keep it from going into foreclosure. You came in, you updated it a little bit, maybe $5,000. So you're at $16,500. $16,500 is rent ready. You rent it out, then you refinance it. Now at 100% equity, because you owe nothing on this house, there's no mortgage, there's no nothing on this house. So at 100% equity, they might give you 85%. So if it's so if the equity in this property is $100,000, they're going to give you a check for $85,000. You're going to pay off your taxes because you don't want to risk losing your house next year because you're only going to have to pay this year's taxes to keep it off the foreclosure list. So you're going to pay off the rest of your taxes. So $85,000, you got about 25, you got about 24,000, 23,500 left. So 85, you're now down at what? I'm bad at math, guys, help me out. 85, they're giving you 85,000. You're going to pay 23,500 to this person. So you're at what, 61? 61,500. So at 61,500, you now have $61,500 to invest in real estate. Y'all see that meme of that guy who looks at you real crazy and he's got a finger up to his side of his head? Makes sense, doesn't it? And this is how you can build a portfolio. Find out from your first thing you guys need to do is contact your city, your county or town tax assessor's office and find out if they post their foreclosure list anywhere? If so, where? How can you obtain a copy of it? And then you start calling. Okay. Now, Miss Susie, you might luck up and find somebody like Miss Susie's like, I'm just done with this house. I don't want it. Well, Miss Susie, how much is the taxes? $25,000. Well, if I pay the taxes, can I have the house? You will come across a lot of people who will say yes. Well, if I pay your taxes off, can I have the house? Yes. All right, let's get a contract going. That's when you sign that contract. That purchase agreement, you sign that purchase agreement saying you're going to purchase this house for $25,000, which include, and those proceeds will be used to pay off the taxes. You are taking ownership of the taxes. Miss Susie don't give a crap if you pay them taxes or not. She just don't want her name on it. So once you have that contract, have your attorney or a title company run the title. Once they run the title, this is why I said you're going to need an attorney, because you need your attorney to file the quitclaim deed that Miss Susie needs to sign. So now it's not costing you anything, right? Now it doesn't cost you a thing. So now you go and you own a house for $1,500 because you went to the city assessor's office and said, oh, well, if you pay $1,500 and we'll put you on a monthly payment plan for the rest. Oh, okay. Or in this case, they might say $2,500 because $25,000 in back taxes is a lot of money. So $25,000, they might say you have to pay $4,000. You might have to pay $5,000. But think about it this way: if you pay $5,000 for a house that's worth $100,000, you paid $5,000 for a house that's worth $100,000. You can keep it and rent it out. You can wholesale it and keep that money and get your $5,000 back plus. Because right now you're in at $5,000 is what you pay to the county. So now there's only $20,000 in taxes. So you could sell it for $40,000 and make $20,000. Well, you'll make 15 because you get your 5,000 back and you profit 15,000. Simplest thing in the world to do is to wholesale a tax foreclosure. As long as because when you are in this business, your job is to relieve the stress and pain of someone else. You always have to come from a place of contribution. The more you come from a place of contribution and people think you're out here trying to help them out of their situation, which you are. I'm trying to help you with this situation. They will gravitate towards you. And you will be able to get property and build a nice real estate rental portfolio. On this one, you'll be building a portfolio. So we already said after you've refinanced this, you're going to have $61,000 in the bank. Because you're definitely going to pay off them taxes if you're smart. Or you might not pay them off. You might just like, I'm paying them taxes off, not yet anyway. You might have $85,000 in your bank account. So you can go and invest in real estate somewhere else. These are the things that the big boys out here who say, oh yeah, I'm driving for dollars. No, they're not. This is not driving for dollars. Oh, well, I knocked on doors. Yeah, after you got the tax foreclosure list, you knocked on the doors of the houses that you wanted to purchase. Oh, I'm sending yellow letters. Yeah, I'm sending yellow letters to my tax foreclosure list. Don't listen to these people out here on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and wherever else they're at, Twitter, who's saying they only drive for dollars. That is, for lack of a better term, bullshit. That is not all they do. Can you imagine? And you know who they are. I'm not going to shout anybody out because I'm not about to give anybody free press. You know who the big people are. You know who who's a member of the boys club and all this other stuff. They are not doing the stuff that they're telling you to do. That's how they started out, but that's not what they're doing now. They're not still driving for dollars. Now what they're doing is they're doing subject twos. They're doing tax foreclosures. They're doing lease options while you're driving for dollars because you just started out. I'm putting you on game. It's up to you if you want to play. Hey, Robin, how you doing, hon? Okay. Sean says this is making so much sense to her. I'm glad. I'm glad you are getting out of this. Exactly. You are, what that statement lets me know, you are definitely getting out of this what I've been trying to teach you. Is there a separate list for tax liens? Absolutely, Susan. Go to your tax assessor's office and find out where they are holding, where they house their tax lien properties. This is public knowledge. Okay, guys? Somebody not paying their taxes is public knowledge. So you have a right to the information. All you have to do is go to that assessor's office. And I say go because when you call on the phone, there's always somebody that's going to say, oh, that's not private, that's not public information. We can't give that to you. But if you go in person, they're not going to tell you that. Go to your tax assessor's office. I have friends that I grew up with that work in my tax assessor's office. So I can call, I had a phone call, I'm like, hey, can you print this list out for me? I'm gonna come pick it up. And they charge $10. So you might have to pay a fee to get the list. They charge $10, but I don't pay that. I don't pay it because I just download it right to my laptop, right off the city website. Because our city puts ours on the website, an Excel spreadsheet on the website, download. And I go to work. We literally will sit for a whole week and analyze every single property that's on the list for the entire city. And last year, there were over 4,500 properties on the list. The year before had 12,000 properties on it. So this is something that, like I said, this is what I do. Jackie, you would have to call your tax assessor's office. If you call the tax assessor's office, they will tell you when the new list is coming out, if it's online, or you either call or go in. I say go in. So you have to either go in, or you can call the tax assessor's office and find out if they'll tell you over the phone. But when you go in, when you go and talk to people in person, you get better results. Oh, Robin, you're doing a subject to deal now. Good luck with that one. I'm doing a lease option. I got a good deal on too. Lease option, I can put $5,000 down. I'm so excited. I got another one I might be doing on the tax foreclosure list where I can give the owner 30 grand to walk away, and I'll walk away with about 6 properties. Well, I'll walk away with 3, and then my partner's going to take the other 2, and then my husband's going to take 1. So we'll see. So everybody understand the tax foreclosure list, because we are done. This is our final lunch and learn, but the videos are out there if you guys want to establish that. I will make sure I keep you guys on an email list, so when we do have other Zoom meetings or live Facebook calls or classes and things like that coming up, you will definitely get an email to say that. I'm not going to spam you every day because I don't like it to being done to me, so I don't do it to other people. But if you guys have any questions whatsoever, put them in the chat box. Make sure your chat box is on all panelists so everybody can see your question. And as always, I thank you and appreciate you for joining me today. We were a little late today, but we made it. Tag 71, join our affiliates. Of course, we have our Tag 716 University, which will be up and running this weekend. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. We will have it up and running this weekend. Tag 716 University. There is a business side and a real estate side. On the business side, we have courses. On both sides, there are courses, materials, workbooks, checklists, homework assignments, the whole 9 in that Tag 716 University. My Tag 716 Wholesale Network, you guys get free access to this, and on the real estate side, and deep discounts on the business side. We have our Tag 716 Network and Mastermind Facebook group. That's where business owners and entrepreneurs of all shapes, sizes, and genres come together to network and mastermind for business structure and ideas. And as I mentioned before, the Tag 716 Network. Now, the Tag 716 Wholesale Network, that is something that is so near and dear to our hearts that I have to always keep myself in check with that. Those people in that group are amazing. They are very forthcoming with information to help and assist one another. In that group, you will receive one-on-one coaching. We have a monthly masterclass, exclusive content, as I told you, that you are entitled to. We have a weekly Q&A every Monday. We try to do Monday at 7 p.m. We have a private Facebook group, which is where we do the weekly Q&A, which is there to support you guys. The private Facebook group, most of the ladies on this Zoom meeting right now are from this network. They can tell you how this worked for them, if they've grown, if they've learned, and we teach a lot because we want you to learn a lot before you go out here and put a whole bunch of stuff into action and you don't know what you're doing, because you have a tendency to miss steps when you're not trained properly. We have leads that we give out at tier 1 where you get 40% of the commission, and leads at tier 2 where you get 75% of the commission, as well as a Tag 716 email. My lawyer told me I had to give you guys an email if you're going to be conducting business for my company. And we also, it only costs you $36 per month to join us. If you are interested, just put, yes, I'm interested in the box, and we will make sure you get a link to the program. And there's a video explaining everything. Is there anything, any other questions you guys can have? If I'm going to go back to the question box in just a second. We also have our social media outlet networks that we love to hang out and have fun with. We are Trinity Alliance Group of Buffalo Inc. on Facebook, tag.716 on Instagram. Our not so favorite but often utilized Twitter, tag716_team on Twitter, and our YouTube channel where you can replay these videos. This week's videos will all be loaded today, between today and tomorrow, because I just got a text and I got to get ready to go make sure a closing went the way it was supposed to go. And that's our Tag 716 YouTube channel. Now, for the questions that we have, Susan's interested. Okay, Susan, I'll make sure I send you the information. When will this be uploaded to YouTube? Robin, usually the day after the class is when the video appears on YouTube. But if I get the notification from Zoom that it's recorded already and it's ready, and I'm just hanging out drinking wine later, because you know that's what I do on Fridays, I'll have it done today. And yes, Jasmine, the tax foreclosure list is the same as the tax sale list. Yes, ma'am, it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you learned something, say I learned something new today, and I appreciate it. Good job, good job. Yay, applause, applause. Like I said, I'm going to miss meeting with you guys on a daily basis for such a long time. But as soon as the weather gets cold again, and I'm talking about the fall, y'all know how I am. I love fall. Fall is like my favorite season. Once the weather starts getting cold again, Lunch and Learn will be back. We'll be back with new material. We'll be back with more information. We'll go in depth. We'll be here for you. Over the summer, Lunch and Learn videos will still get loaded. They will still get loaded. The videos will still come up. But over the summer, what you'll see is more of our hands-on videos. Us going through vacant zombie houses, us doing renovations, us at Home Depot. You see that type of stuff going on. That's what we do over the summer. So if you want to go back to some of our earlier videos, those are from last summer. We did some demos. We see us doing some paint jobs. And I like to videotape my contractors while they're doing work. They hate it. I love it. I'm the boss, so what? And Robin, I appreciate you too, honey. Thank you. But you guys, we are not done. We just won't be every day at 1 o'clock. We will still have some Zoom classes. We will still have lives. And I will still offer, there are some classes that I have scheduled that will be absolutely free if you join the live, but you will have to pay for the replay. So with that being said, I'm going to go put out the fire that just got texted to me, because I had a guy who One of my clients, one of my real estate clients closed on his house today, and he doesn't have the keys yet, so he's freaking out. So I'm going to go find his keys and make sure that he can get them and make a copy of a different set of keys for a new tenant. That's what I do over here, out here in these real estate streets during Corona, because all of my team were all sequestered and working from home. So we are out here. Any more questions? Any more questions about tax foreclosures? Today was a good eye-opener, and I hope you guys learned something that you can actually take away, because this tax foreclosure season is amazing. You can pick up some pretty good properties. And the trick is catch them before they get to the auction. Make these deals before these properties get to the auction, because once they're at the auction, they're not going to want to, they can't deal with you anymore. You have to see what's the deadline for them. That's why we ask, when does it have to be paid by? Because that's when you'll know when the auction is coming up. All right, good luck. God bless. What contract you use the seller agrees to sell? The purchase agreement that we got sent, that we have in the file section of the work network Facebook group, Jackie. So if you guys are done, have a great weekend. I wish you fun and luck. I know it's not everybody is open, but because I know my section in New York State, we can't open until the 28th of May, where we got pushed back today because we didn't meet the criteria. But I want you guys to try and have fun, hug your kids, love your spouses, and be great out here in these real estate streets. I got some good stuff coming up for you guys over the summer. You'll see. Susan, I got your email address. I will send you the link so you can look at everything and get started with joining us in the network. We will appreciate and love to have you. If you have any questions, always email us at info@tag716.com, and we will be more than happy to answer and address your questions. Now, I have a network to go finish up too, because I have to get out the leads for this month. The leads I send out this weekend is good until June 1st. On June 1st, you guys will get a new list of leads. All right, God bless you. Have a good day.